No, the thumbnail wasn't just clickbait. I wish it was, but sadly it's based on an active patent by Sony, and we need to talk about it. Because it's more than just yelling brand names. It even shows ideas where you don't just watch the ads watch you. But amidst all the dystopian comedic gold, some of it actually sounds kind of fun, like throwing pickles at your TV. And after we took a good look at the Sony patent, I want to follow the rabbit hole to even crazier ad patents by Google, Facebook, and Amazon that are designed to turn your undivided attention into good old dough. They measure your pupil dilation, facial gestures, and even play doctor. So the Sony patent is a collection of many ideas that want to make commercials more interactive. So ads would be gamified using your remote, your voice, and your body as input. In theory, it's a win-win. Advertisers get you more engaged with their ads, which increases ad revenue, and you get a bit of entertainment out of it, as well as the ability to skip the rest of the ad. But of course, that all depends on how it's implemented. So here's the network diagram from the actual patent. First off, just ignore this overheating doorstop right here, and look at the interactive commercial server. That server would inject the networked video game into regular TV commercials. Now let's take a look at some of the bizarre functions of this interactive commercial server. First, there's the yell to skip feature. This helps the system verify that you're engaging with the ad. A microphone confirms that you said the magic word, upon which the system skips the rest of the ad. And a little side note, I'm not sure why the guy felt the need to claw his hands like a freaking sloth. There's no camera on the TV, so body language isn't part of the equation. At least now it isn't, but we'll get to that later. Now, of course you would definitely remember brands better if you shouted them, but I'm not so sure that would be a positive memory. So yeah, the yell to skip feature, I'm not loving it. Even for smaller brands who want to get their name out there, I can see this one backfiring. Next, we have the play to skip feature, which is actually much more interesting. So we see a fast food commercial where the viewer is instructed to throw the pickle to speed up the commercial. And no, not like this. We want to throw a virtual pickle using something outdated like a PlayStation Move controller. So once you complete the pickle toss, the ad will show the slogan, "Make it your way," and then the commercial ends and you get back to your show. The patent also suggests other games like target shooting, ball throwing, fighting, and racing games. Now, as an advertiser, I would actually consider using the play to skip feature as it's much more engaging without feeling so brainwashy. Let's say you have a smoothie company. The viewers toss natural ingredients into a blender while throwing chemicals in the trash. So they physically experience the natural versus artificial choice, and they'll remember that you're all natural. Sony even thought of multiplayer ad games. So in these, you would play a commercial against each other. And gosh, I really hate how that sounds. The patent also mentions having you play against bots if not enough real people are available. They also discuss potential rewards if you successfully engage with the ad. So it's a classic carrot and stick scenario. The stick is the unskippable ad, and the carrot being the 10% off coupon if you comply. Advertising has always tried to incentivize engagement, but here it's more direct. And now it gets even more creepy, because they also patented ads that watch you. They'll use whatever input devices you have to ensure you engage with the ads. This is where the sloth clause might be necessary. So imagine you just ate 2 bags of Doritos, watching mukbangs, and getting asked to yell Gymshark while doing 20 jumping jacks. Ad personalization is also mentioned. But of course, since the inception of this patent, the dystopian ideas of targeted ads have become reality, so it's not too surprising. Basically, the ads might change their minigame approach depending on whether you're a child or you're an adult and how well you toss pickles into burgers. They also included a direct order feature that's dangerously convenient. So if you see a Pizza Hut ad, you can satisfy your craving with a single button press, motion gesture, or voice command. No app, no site, and no human interaction required. The system already knows all your personal details required for a pizza order. The Xbox 360, by the way, already had such a feature using their Kinect functionality. And honestly, it seems like a nice feature as long as you don't have kids that drain your bank account while drowning your doorstep in Mr. Beast Feastables. Now, will Sony make that patent a reality? We gotta remember that patents are often just companies planting flags on ideas, not necessarily developing them. But if Sony won't do it, maybe another tech giant will in similar fashion. Every tech giant has their own flavor of turning your privacy into profit. For example, Google has a patent that tailors ads based on your ambient environment. What does that look like? If the mic and GPS picks up that you're in a quiet library, maybe it'll show an ebook ad, and it even mentions using the phone's knowledge of local weather to give you ads. Google also got a patent for pay-per-gaze advertising using eye tracking sensors. Yes, you heard that right. It charges advertisers more if you look directly at their ads. But it gets even creepier, because it would also analyze your emotional response by measuring your pupil dilation. Of course, not to be outdone, Amazon has its own spin on creepy ad technology. In 2017, they patented a system that listens to your voice for signs of illness or emotions, and then tries to sell you stuff. It's like having a doctor who diagnoses you just to sell you a cure. Brilliant? Yes. Dystopian? Definitely. Just like Facebook's emotion-detecting cameras. In 2014, Facebook's patent application described using your phone or laptop camera to scan your face as you scroll through your feed. The system checks if you're smiling, frowning, or bored, and then tailors the content you see accordingly. Again, same old story as with Google and Amazon, just relying on even more input parameters to tailor your ads, and thus much creepier. Now, at this point you might be thinking, can it get even crazier? So let's put on our tinfoil hats and imagine an even bleaker future of advertising. Perhaps we get to dance, and if we miss a step, the ad gets longer. That would be one way to burn calories. Or how about ad-supported smart fridges that lock themselves until you play an ad game? Want your midnight string cheese? First help the Coca-Cola bear find his way through a maze on the fridge touchscreen. Anyways, I hope my video is the last time you'll hear about these patents. Whoa, your pupils are so huge right now. You're either super terrified or really engaged. In both cases, you should check out my other content.